Good morning, everybody. Welcome. We are here at the finals for the Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise League, the highway to the Zenith Zone. And for those who are new to our event, welcome. You are here and going to have a fabulous time. For those who are not new, we are getting ready for the pre show. So, our pre show this morning is going to be the last of the four recap videos recapping what has happened in the round of 16. So if you missed any or all of those races, this should catch you up as to how we got into this current situation. So, with no further ado, I'm going to send you over to this wonderfully, beautifully made video.
Good evening, Free Enterprise fans. I'm Alexa LaFay, the once and future Final Fantasy IV meme queen. Joining me this evening for our playoff race recap is frequent commentator and part-time anime protagonist, Casual Geek Dave.
Thanks for having me, Alexa. Gotta say, though, I do feel a little underdressed with you rocking that bone crown.
Well, I do have a spare raven feather circlet that you can borrow.
Alexa, is this what it's like to feel beautiful?
Drink it in, darling. Absorb some of that lich energy while we cover the matches.
The first match of the round of 16 began with a bit of a bonus. Sid and Porum were given the package, which added another character check to the typical no free lunch spots. After everyone saw the duplicate Porum in the Baron Inn, they went their separate ways hunting for progression. The Fizz took the package route to get Yang, while Nightdew got his Yang from Mount Hobbs. It was Rivers, though, who found value at Mount Ordeals. Dark Elf, Mist Dragon, and Odin all guarded the crystal. The route to the Dragon Crystal was a little more arduous, however. A Baron Key and Antlion Cave led to the hook at Baron Castle, which let our characters use a rat tail that they got from the Mist Dragon to get the Magma Key. Dwarf Castle gave victors a Tower Key, and Ogopogo was running the Cannon Room while holding onto the Darkness Crystal, which Supremacy was the first to find. Sirens on the Moon opened up the King Ryu grind, and Supremacy was the first to dot done at 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 57 seconds. Nightdew and Rivers, however, had found their own value and were making their way to Zeromus. They started almost 40 seconds apart, but one of the most exciting moments of the entire league came when both Nightdew and Rivers finished with the exact same time of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 39 seconds. Team Troya's first match was off to an interesting start with Edward, Sid, and the Life Staff, but it opened up almost immediately with a Darkness Crystal in the Antlion Cave. F. Coughlin and Nirm chased the moon for Rydia in the Lunar Palace, but it was Penguinator who proved this wouldn't be a hook seed by getting the Magma Key from a duplicate Edward at the Baron Inn. With the whole world at their fingertips, the racers struggled to find the optimal route to the end. It was El Magus who first hit go mode by defeating Mylon and his ghastly gang at the Ashura spot to secure the crystal. El Magus parlayed that into a first place finish, followed by Penguinator in second. Nirm struggled with Zeromus, and on his second attempt, with just a Cecil and a Drain Sword, slowly managed to take him down. Unfortunately, a gamble on finding the crystal on the moon did not pay off for F. Coughlin and led to his fourth place finish and elimination.
The players from Team Baron were happy to see the C3 seeds start out with Rosa and Edge, though none of them were keen to use their Baron Key right off the bat. Scratch Dragon was the first to rescue Rydia from the clutches of Wyvern and Odin in the Baron Inn, and he was rewarded with an extremely early crystal at the same time that Couch got his pan from the Antlion Cave. Aided by a Magma Key from Fabul, both Dipwood and Couch bonked Yang on the head and received the Darkness Crystal less than 20 minutes into the seed. It looked like Restreamer Supremacy had given the runners an easy wide open seed, but the hidden troll revealed itself after the players had checked all the item shops. This was a sirenless seed. One by one, they resigned themselves to grinding, either on bosses or hunting for Ryu battles on the moon. Scratch Dragon was the first to risk fighting Zeromus, and this paid off mightily with a win before anyone else had even attempted the fight. Couch was on his way down though and took a solid second place. Dipwood's devotion to grinding meant he started his Z fight last, and this allowed Swimmy to eke through to third. Bahamut gave Edward and Rydia the Magma Key to start off the second match for Team Baron. Both Scratch Dragon and Couch took the bait and dove into the underworld almost immediately to check out the free item in the land of the summoned monsters. What they found was a tower key, and they next headed to visit Yang in the Sylph Cave to prevent an extra Fabul dip. After their struggles in the previous match, each of the players made sure to scour the shops for sirens. Poking Yang proved to be a good choice, as Sheila's first item turned out to be the Darkness Crystal. While the moon only had a duplicate Rydia for Couch, Swimmy and Scratch Dragon weathered the elements on Mount Hob so Palom could join their parties. Side by side, both those runners tackled CPU in the Antlion Cave, which yielded the crystal, which put Scratch in a 3-man go mode. With Kane at the Baron Inn and Sirens in Fabul, the racers had almost everything they needed to take on Zeromus, as soon as they could get a few levels. Even in a seed this jetty, Couch and Swimmy decided to spend time hunting down that extra character. Meanwhile, Scratch sirened up against Eggs and Ryu's to grind out enough levels to be able to take down Zeromus using Reflect strats. Swimmy was able to finish his grind next, and having Porum allowed him to finish 8 minutes later and secure the second spot for Team Baron in the round of 8.
Alright, Alexa, I'm feeling appropriately wicked now. Enough to try the thing.
Ooh, well, if you're sure.
Absolutely. On 3?
1, 2, 3.
Sounds like Studio A has become the site of Alexa's latest Lich Coven, so we'll be taking over the rest of the matches. I'm Natara, broadcasting from Lunarian News Network's special Moon Correspondent desk. And joining me is our newest correspondent, Margaret Ann.
Ayo! It's so exciting to get to cover the league races! Usually, we're just reporting on special interest stories.
Doesn't everyone need to know exactly how adorable the Hummingways are?
Well, yes. But maybe we could cover a few other stories too?
Oh my god, the Hummingways are building a little pillow fort! And now they're eating the pillows!
Exactly how big is this pillow fort? And how many pillows have they eaten? Wait. No. League match coverage now, and then adorable Hummingway updates. Sid and Porum greeted our runners for this match, and the Magus sisters presented them with a power robe right at the start. The routes didn't diverge much in the early game, and the Magma Key and Fabul meant early dives into the underworld for supremacy and rivers, with Night Dew close behind. Finding Yang in the Sylph Cave earned everyone the pass early on, and that's about when everyone struck out on their own. However, Skull's Seed still had a few tricks up its sleeve. Rivers went into Gyout's castle to find the item, and got not only Edward, but also Mega Newt to the face from everyone's favorite Wyvern. And Supremacy got the same treatment shortly after. It wasn't until lots of simultaneous racing later that the crystal turned up with Fu at the Tower of Zot. After only the briefest of grinds, Rivers took the party to Zeromus, winning after playing for just a little more than an hour. Night Dew and Supremacy were neck and neck as they went into their own Zeromus fights, but an unfortunate wipe allowed Night Dew to speed ahead and take his spot in the round of 8. The final race of round of 16 started almost too easily. Dark Knight Cecil was joined by Fusuya and the Darkness Crystal, which made moon access immediately available. Even better, the Magma Key was in the Antlion Cave, which left the runners with more choices than they knew what to do with. Almagus got the pass from the King of Fabul, and was the first to do so. Penguinator found sirens in Mysidia, which made leveling with dragons, either omelets or royal, a viable option. Niram, on the other hand, chose the more dangerous, but far more rewarding, D-Machine grind in the Giant to get his characters up to speed for being in the game. In the end, Penguinator discovered that bashing Yang in the head with the pan and talking to Sheila was all it took to reveal the coveted crystal. Instead of grind and diving, though, he traveled the world searching for items, which would ultimately be his undoing. Both Elmagus and Niram were able to complete their own grinds and take out Zeromus, making them the final pair to move on to the round of 8.
Team Feymarch was treated to a telestart in their first match, and the Sage was joined by Porum and a Sand Ruby. Invenerable was the first to trade it in for Sid, though Aizen Tayama and the others weren't too far behind. Defeating Dark Knight Cecil of Fabul earned Azan the Magma Key, and he immediately dropped it in the Agart Well to explore the underworld. Dusty Griff and Kobahi, however, chose completely different routes after getting their Magma Keys. Dusty beat up some lunar bosses for a duplicate Sid and the Hook, while Kobahi took on the bosses of Mount Ordeals and was rewarded, appropriately enough, with the crystal in the Crystal Shrine. Kobahi's sudden lead didn't last long though. Azan and Inven got their own crystals almost simultaneously. Then, while Azan, Kobahi, and Dusty all dipped the Tower of Babel, Inven struck gold, or rather, the Vanilla Darkness crystal in Luca Cave. Invenerable then headed straight for a 7-minute D-Machine grind. Azan was hot on his heels with his own grind in the Giant, but both Kobahi and Dusty found Sirens on the Moon and took on legions of views. The hour 30 mark saw all 4 players tackling Zeromus with a less than ideal party. Moments later, Inven took first place while Kobahi wiped. This allowed Azan and Dusty to grab the final 2 spots for match 2. With Kobahi removed from the Fey March, Dusty Griff, Azan Tayama, and Invenerable set off in the rubber match with a Magma Key start, Cecil, and Palom. Key item spots took a backseat early, but Invenerable was the first to discover it was time to jet with a crystal hiding at Antline Cave. With Rydia and a twin harp from Baron Inn for everyone but Inven, Azan snagging healer twin Purim from Hobbs, Azan and Dusty discovering the crystal, the divergence ended at Mount Ordeals as all of our runners saw the writing on the wall. Paladin Cecil was a must. Quake Kid did the lifting, disposing of Evil Wall and Mom Bomb, and Paladin Cecil was handed the crystal sword from on high. Quite the upgrade. Inven added Rydia and an adamant armor, Azan redipped Sylph Cave, Dusty added Purim, and then remembering the fans love their twin harp, was given sub-30-minute go mode with a darkness crystal. In a stunning reversal of fortune, Luca's rat tail turned into the most important piece of paper in Free Enterprise, the Pass. Invenerable pulled together a flawless fight and had our first sub-hour race finish, while Dusty Griff's low-health mages were laid low by Big Bang. The wipe opened the door for Azan Tayama to push through to Zeromus as Dusty took a second shot, but a second wipe let Azan use his full party to cut and nuke his way to the final day. That wraps up the league playoffs, and we're just about ready to start the final day.
And all of us here at the Lunarian News Network wish our racers nothing but the best on this, the hypest of days.
And thank you to everyone behind the scenes of the Lunarian News Network who made this happen, and to you, the viewers out there, for supporting this silly project.
Let's cheer everyone on and give them the best of luck. Come on, Scarlet Kitty Seed.
Until next time, everyone. P.S. The Hummingways are all now taking a nap, cuddled together in the pillow fort. I just thought you should all know that before we signed off. Okay, bye!